And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Deuteronomy 6-5. There is a powerful pattern in Deuteronomy 6 that every believer should understand. God had rescued Israel from Egypt. He had delivered them from slavery, destroyed the power of Pharaoh over them, opened the Red Sea, fed them in the wilderness, protected them, and brought them toward a land he had promised their ancestors. But notice the order. First came rescue, then came promise, then came instruction, then came a warning. Israel did not rescue themselves from Egypt. Their deliverance was not a reward for their goodness. God acted because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is an important picture of salvation. Believers did not save themselves. We did not become worthy enough for Christ to die for us. We were rescued by grace. For by grace are the saved through faith. It is the gift of God. Ephesians 2-8. But God's rescue of Israel was not intended to give them permission to return to the life they had lived in Egypt. Their rescue was the beginning of a new relationship with God, and this is where many Christians misunderstand salvation. We sometimes treat salvation as though the entire Christian journey is completed when we accept Christ. But Israel's deliverance teaches us otherwise. Rescue was the beginning, not the destination. God brought them out so he could bring them into something, a covenant relationship with himself in a land he had promised them. In the same way, Christ did not save us merely so that we could escape condemnation. He saved us so that we could belong to him, walk with him, know him, obey him, and become transformed into his likeness. After rescuing Israel, God gave them instructions. He told them to fear him, love him, obey his commandments, remember his works, and teach his ways to their children. This teaches us something important about grace. Grace does not eliminate obedience. Grace makes obedience a response to love rather than an attempt to purchase salvation. We do not obey God so that he will love us. We obey because he has already loved us. We do not pursue holiness to earn our rescue. We pursue holiness because we have been rescued. Then God gave Israel another warning. He told them that when they entered the prosperous land, ate from vineyards they did not plant, lived in houses they did not build, and enjoyed blessings they did not earn, they must be careful not to forget him. This is one of the greatest dangers in the Christian life. We may cry desperately for God when we are in trouble, but become distracted when life becomes comfortable. We may remember the God who rescued us while forgetting the God who gave us the blessings. Israel was warned that forgetting God and turning to other gods would bring consequences. The lesson is not that God stops loving his people whenever they fail. Rather, it reveals that disconnecting ourselves from God eventually produces consequences, because he is the source of life, direction, protection, and blessing. Jesus expressed a similar principle. Abide in me, and I in you. For without me they can do nothing. John 15:4-5. The Christian life, therefore, cannot be reduced to receiving salvation and then living independently of God. We were rescued to abide. We were forgiven to follow. We were brought into God's family to walk with him. And there is another important lesson in Deuteronomy 6. God commanded Israel to teach their children. Their relationship with God was not supposed to end with one generation. They were to tell their children what God had done. They were to explain the meaning of His commandments. They were to preserve the knowledge of God through generations. This reveals a serious responsibility for the church today. Every generation must know God for itself. We cannot live permanently on the testimony of our fathers. We cannot survive spiritually on stories of what God did 50, 100, or 2,000 years ago. We must know the God who acted in Scripture, the God who rescued Israel, the God who revealed Himself to the prophets, the God who walked among men in Jesus Christ, the God who poured out His Spirit upon the early church. He has not changed. The question is whether we have preserved the same devotion to Him. Deuteronomy 6, therefore, gives modern believers a pattern. God rescues. God establishes relationship. God gives instruction. God calls for wholehearted devotion. God warns against forgetting Him. And every generation is responsible for continuing the relationship. The greatest lesson is this: never allow the blessing to become more important than the one who blessed you. Never allow salvation to become a religious certificate rather than the beginning of a living relationship with Christ. Never allow Scripture to become information without transformation. And never assume that because one generation experienced God, the next generation will automatically experience Him. Israel's history proves that spiritual decline can happen across generations. The church must therefore continually return to the God who rescued us. We must remember, we must obey, we must seek, we must abide, we must teach the next generation, and above everything else, we must love the Lord with all our heart, soul, and strength, because God's greatest desire was never merely to have a people who had been rescued. He wanted a people who would know Him, love Him, and walk with Him. Follow me on this platform for more uplifting and thought-provoking contents.